right, welcome back to another episode of Over the Shoulder. Now, before we get into today's guest, you know what we gotta do. We gotta like, we gotta subscribe, we gotta share, we gotta comment. You know, we're in our bag of the UnSpoken series, you know, which is coming to you pretty soon, or depending on this episode, it's already out and we're about to see. As for today, our guest, near and dear to my heart. I call this the dynamic duo. Like, we have done just so many amazing, great projects together. I don't know. It's for me as a filmmaker, as a director, it's always kind of hard for a level of trust for me to take my hands off the camera and allow someone to do all the camera movements, the framing, the composition, and trust that vision. And I don't have that problem anymore with this person. The trust is 100% there. And this project literally spoke volumes to that, because I was just literally looking at the actors doing their thing, and I just was able to step back, and she did her motherfucking big one. I had zero complaints about the entire process as I looked through and edited. So you know who it is. The famous Kaitlin Faye.
That was the greatest intro ever.
You know, I had to put some spice on that one. You know, I had to season that one up for you.
On this Best Friend Friday.
How you doing?
I'm
Okay,
good. I'm good.
You good? You know, you just had a birthday, right?
Yep.
You know, okay. Big Sag energy.
Big Sag.
We love that. We love that, you know. I love that. You know, you got a trip coming up?
Yeah, St. Martin.
Oh man, okay. All right now. All right.
You know, big vacay with the family.
With the family, come back with a nice little tan.
I hope so. Shoot. Better.
Anything you're super excited about on a vacation to do?
Honestly, just being with my cousins. I think that's the one thing I'm always looking forward to. Just being with my cousins. Because being around them, I just feel like I feel whole with them. It's like I don't have to, necessarily hide anything. I could just be myself, and we all just gonna laugh and have a good time no matter what.
Shout out to the cousins. All right, so KK, on this one, you know how we do. So you're like my favorite AD. You're my favorite person to work with.
Favorite? That's crazy.
And listen, we do this. Like, out of everyone, like, we have done, just so much together. Like, I don't think I can even remember projects before me and you started working together at this point.
It's been a good 4 years now.
Yeah. There's some greatness. Again, I look at these walls with these posters. You've been a part of all those moments.
Look, we came a long way.
We done came a long way. Listen, you know, you remember where we started at, and it was cool.
Literally.
But now you got some big stuff popping.
Telling
you. Okay, so I guess when you looked at UnSpoken, what is something different that you saw about this series than with any other series or film that we've done before?
What did I see different? I think the first thing that I noticed was the overall look of it. Just like, the framing, coloring, the scoring, literally everything. And like I told you, this is probably the best looking project that we've done together. Period. Like, it looks great. Sound is great. All of that. Everything is great.
You know, it just warms my heart. I was so intentional. I was like, bro, I want. That's why I was like, I wanted this to be like arguably like just the best one that we've done. You know, in terms of like the look, sound. Like, again, story's cool. Again, I like the stories. It's very dramatic. It's very much keeps you on the edge. You know, it's not necessarily like my favorite stories would be like the Reed Files, because for obvious reasons of it being like our showcase. But, Reed Files season 2, now that we know how this look, we're coming with on that one.
Look, season 2, I don't know, man. Forced to be reckoned with.
Right, listen, season two gonna do some work. Yeah.
Season 2 is gonna look great compared to this. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. This was light work. We were running and gunning on this one.
Honestly.
Car traffic coming through and we moving the light out the way.
Literally.
Yeah, which we on this one I do think, like, again, me and you have such a great rapport and dynamic. That's just, I'm never doubting that. But for this one, I brought in Sydney to, like I in my mind, like bar me and you are the dynamic duo. I feel like she would be somebody that can, me, I'm a chicken with a head cut off on set. Just going back and forth between the actors, actresses, making sure everything's, good. But I feel like you two would be something, so a combination of like framing, composition, lighting, like figuring all that out together and be able to work. Um,
Yeah, I mean, she's just an addition to the greatness that's
yeah.
already going on.
Yeah. Would you
She
tell
just
like again, would you tell me off camera about her?
what did I say? I just don't, she's just great. Like she just, she does her job, like she does what's asked of her. And like that's what she's there for.
Yeah.
And she has a great personality, she funny, all of that. So, she
Yeah.
cool.
Which in my mind, like in theory, I was like, I feel like Kaitlin and Sydney are gonna work well together. But
And
the-
we both Sagittarius, so
but theory versus application can be two totally different things.
You're right.
Let me see how it goes on set. I was like, let me do a project that we can figure it out and don't got no big stakes.
I think it's always a test when, bringing other people on. Because, bringing different personalities together, it's like you really don't know if, these certain people is going to mesh. But Sydney, she fit in perfectly.
Yeah. She did a big one. I appreciated it. It was just like, again, I appreciate how y'all complimented each other and how y'all complimented just me and myself. I feel like, the places where we have slight weaknesses in are just starting to get filled. Yeah. For somebody else who has those strengths. And that's
just, the part of like just being a part of a team.
We building a championship team,
Hey, Fire Nation going up.
It is, just, and I appreciate it. Okay, so let me see. Let's take it back. So UnSpoken, I shoot you over a script, me and my send over my PDF. I really don't usually give you any prompts. I just be like, here it is. What are you thinking as you're reading it?
If we being real, as I'm reading it, because I gotta read a couple times to actually process what's going on in there. Yeah. But I think my first thought was like, is this like two couples cheating on each other? Like, like this is literally two couples and like they cheating on each other, and when I'm having she pregnant? Like, this is a crazy story. But nah, overall though, I thought it was a dope concept. I mean, anything you write is dope. So
I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. Because I definitely again want to do some dope stuff. I want to try some stuff. I know that for in particular episode 2, it was like you had a shot that you were trying to had in mind. So I literally wrote episode 2 based around this shot that
you're talking about the
pan around.
Yeah, the pan around. Yeah.
Which we know going forward, we know how to do that a little bit better, more efficient. Because we struggle with that. We definitely.
That one, we had to get that one in about 5-6 times.
Man, listen, man, I didn't realize how heavy that light was until
y'all had to roll with it.
I was like, all right. I was like, Kaitlin, slow down. I'm trying to move this light with you.
So. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. When that happened, because I had no idea what y'all were gonna be doing. All of a sudden, I just see y'all over here. I said, "Oh, this is what they doing."
Because I can totally see every single time we did it. Like you said, 4 times before.
Every time I said the light is in there,
and it was a different place. I said, "I see the light now." I'm like, "She see the light now."
Like, dang, for real.
I'm like, dang. He's like, "I still see the light." I'm like, I went behind the car, in front of the car to this.
And it was also, I don't know if you looked like if you seen it in the footage beforehand, but that tube light on top.
Tube light, yeah.
Yeah.
That again, it was a whole thing. Like there was one take and I was like, dang, this is a good take. But I see that tube light the entire day. And I try to like do like a little cropping situation. I was like,
it's a tough situation.
It's a tough situation, So again, that was probably, I was out of all the shots, that was to me the hardest shot.
But I think that the most difficult shots are the movement shots because it's like, you got to get it right in that one take.
Yeah.
or else it's like it's a lot on the editing process afterwards if you willing to go that far. But
Yeah. I mean, but me and you, we like a good one take movement shot. If we want
yeah,
to talk about the ABFF commercial that we have premiering soon,
yeah,
in which like literally, I was like, hey Kaitlin, all right, first of all, I'm in the commercial, so there's not gonna be much help I can be behind the camera because I'm in it, and I was just like, I kind of explained the concept of what we're going for, and I was like, it's gonna be a lot of rehearsal on set to see how the moving pieces are gonna fit together.
yeah. And for that to be one shot, and we had an hour to get that in.
We got it in though.
Look, but honestly, I appreciate you for trusting me with that process because literally I kind of surprised myself in that moment with just how much I was like speaking up and like directing because everybody know me. I'm not.
I mean,
I am not a talker.
I think there's a more of a director in you than you realize.
Possibly,
Yeah.
yeah. Possibly, yeah.
And I again, like you said, you're not necessarily like a vocal loud talker, but I don't think directing is. I mean, that helps, but I don't
When
think
I
directing.
think it's when I actually know the vision. So when I actually know the vision and what we're looking for, then it's like I can give you exactly what you're looking for. If something's not going right, I can be like, okay, I think it's best that we just do this and that or whatever. And it was just one shot, so it was like I knew exactly what we were looking for, and we had our struggle points and whatnot with people running into each other and all
And
that
listen,
extra
trying to
stuff.
coordinate people. I was like, okay, no, you're gonna need to go to the left. You're gonna need to
Right.
go to the right. You need to go behind the camera. Don't look at the camera when you're going this way. Don't look
Right.
confused.
Right. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that that project specifically, like, I showed that I had a lot of growth within myself, and that alone just kind of pushed me forward a little bit
Yeah.
more.
100%. Like I said, I think you're more vocal than you think, and I think it's a different kind of vocality. Like I said, I think between me and you, like a big difference is okay. For me, being a director is like, okay, you know me, I'm gonna mingle with each person on set. I'm gonna talk. We're gonna have laughs, jokes, and be over here. And I can be pure like, okay, everyone here, this and that, and that's my directing style. It doesn't make it better or worse, but I feel like for you, it's like more so. It's like a quiet storm director style. Like what you if how I would see it in the future for you, what you would kind of want. You would kind of like each person of the team. You would communicate that with them, and then I just think you would need an AD who has a bigger personality. So I would say to you, your AD should be me or Zay, somebody who like has this big personality, so that like you don't have to be telling everyone. They'll be the person who's telling everyone, but we all understand what your vision is, and I think that would be how you make your style work. Me
Yeah,
personally.
I could see that, but just like as directing, I just feel like I have to have a complete understanding of what's going on.
100%. I mean, but that's just you in general. You're very
Yeah.
much so research. You want to be as prepared as possible. Like I try to make sure anytime I do anything with you, I give you as much. If I don't give you the details, because I don't know.
But I mean, my only reason for doing that is just because I just don't want to mess up.
Yeah, but you got. I mean, I always say it's gonna be mess ups. Like that's
I
just
mean, failure is inevitable,
it's
but
inevitable. And just as long as we know, be like, hey, even with like the ABFF commercial, one thing I was proud, you were like, yeah, that take wasn't it. And it was not like run it back, like let me see it. It was like, no, I'm telling you, it's not it. And I'm like, okay, well,
yeah,
if you're saying it's not it, I know it's not it. So run it back.
yeah. I mean, I appreciate you for trusting me with
Hey,
that.
listen, I did that.
You looked at me and you said, "You like, I don't know." You just tell me if it was good or
Good
not.
night. Hey, listen, if you say it's good, if you say we got it, we got it.
Right.
You know,
And you know what? That's growth right there.
it is
That's
because
growth.
2 years ago,
Right?
let me bring that camera here. Let me see you. Run it back. Pause. Everyone said we got to.
I just need to be short real quick.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. So I mean, but at the end of the day, if you're going to build team, you're not just building team, you're building trust. And I think that y'all lend y'all trust to me when y'all just say yes to the project. You
I
know, that,
understand.
hey, because you're coming into like, you know, I send these ideas. We don't know is it gonna be a horror film? Is it gonna be a comedy? Is it gonna be something that brings tears? Who knows? It's a,
And but to be honest with you, when you send me the script, I read it. I might not necessarily know what's. Sometimes I might not know what's going on. I just read it to say I read it and be like, you ask me if I read it, I'll be like, yeah, Enoch, I read it. All right, so what we doing here?
hey, listen, you know, I can totally say that there have been several times where people have asked me to DP on it and they've sent me the script. And again, I do better at it now, but sometimes I'm like, I skim and I get an overall grasp of the story. And I have conversations with Jordan, like, hey, what are you looking for out of this? Like, do you want it like, okay, you want it moody, you want it this and that, okay, cool. And I'm just letting the vibe go. Now I do better now about reading the scripts to make sure, but I've definitely had times I'm like, as I'm seeing it, I'm like, oh dang, this story kind of juicy. And I'm like, I did not read this enough. So
I
that's
think that, I read it just to get a good idea of what's going on, of like the story, but I feel like I need to be, because, I'm a more of like a hands on type of person. So I would rather be right next to you and ask you, Enoch, what exactly are you looking for this scene right here?
yeah.
That way, because if I ask you beforehand, to be honest with you, I am not gonna remember that.
Yeah, 100%.
I am
100%.
not gonna remember that. So it's better for me to just speak to you now. I have it in my mind. That way, while we shooting it, it's like
Yeah, 100%. And that's why,
yeah,
like, you know, typically with our shot list, you know, we have our standard. I'd be like OTSY mid. But then I try to point out for these different scenes like that special shot that I know, like, hey, all right, cool. We got this mirror shot. I'm gonna want you to pan. Like, I try to like that's the first thing I'm like telling you about because I know that's something different. You know, we pretty much get to the point where it's like, as soon as we step on this scene, you already know, I already see you. You just step back because you know we about to get the wide. Like that's usually always the first shot that I get. Like we getting
yeah,
this wide in, and then next question you'd be like, all right, who you want me to focus on? And I'm like, let's go ahead and get this person right here. And then, or it's just like, you know, given for you, it's like I've noticed that what makes things simpler if I just make sure I have a plan. You know, and again, if I don't have a plan, it's because I don't know. And then typically it's like, you know, me, you just sit back and we'll discuss a plan together. And
yeah.
you'd be
Either
like,
that or it's just like you'll come to me with a plan, but I might be like, hey, hey, you see this right here? And can we try this real quick?
I mean, and I'm never gonna say no to can we
Right.
try this? Because can we try this real quick is usually gonna be the best shot in the entire whatever we
Honestly,
shoot.
because I feel like if me personally, if it's registered in my mind like, oh my God, this is beautiful. We need to get this shot. All right, look at this, confirm this. You see this right here? Yeah.
I mean, usually at this point, I'm just like, hey, all right, we're about to get this shot. Caitlin, you know me, I'll be like, Caitlin, explain it.
Yeah.
You see it, like make it happen. Like I said, I mean, you've earned that level of trust from me, and I think that again, one of the shots that is most memorable in this film or web series is episode 5, and its very last scene, and it's the zoom out shot from David's character, and everyone like who's on cast and crew who I did the same thing where I brought each of y'all in individually and I had y'all like watch the series and say stuff, and yeah, everyone has loved who's a part of this has loved it, and it was like not saying that the love has ever been fake, but it was like just everyone was enthusiastic about this one, like they were like, oh my god, and everyone was talking about the look and everything.
Yeah.
But as we're watching it, every single person who on episode 5 at the end with that little zoom out scene, they have been like, oh, that was an incredible shot. Like it's been literally everyone has stopped to make like a comment about that shot. And so my credit I have to give to you for that is that was not a shot that was on the shot list. That was not. I would have been just happy with David's character talking in the car. Like that was fine. I had another shot in episode 8 where he just talks in the car. I'm fine with that. That tells us it moves the story along. You on the other hands were like, I got a shot. And literally, but actually, you don't even say, I have a shot first. I see you. We didn't got the Davidson. I see you cooking in this mirror. You like you're trying to make sure you get the focus of him on this mirror. And I was like,
Enoch, I'm not gonna lie to you. This mirror shot kind of fire.
like, yeah. And I was like, I did like a little side look, and I said, it ain't kind of fire. I was
Right.
like, we about to get this. And so, but that was you. That was your eye. And like I said, everyone loved it. So I definitely want to give you your kudos on that one.
I appreciate that.
But then at the end of the day, to a certain extent, your eye is why we're sitting here together. It's like I remember the first time, again, like I said, we found each other on Instagram, but I was looking at your pictures, and I tell people it had nothing to do about it. I mean, the photos were great quality, but to me, it had nothing to do with the camera, the lens. That was when you were on your Canon
That Canon
M50,
M50.
But again, hey, like Canon M50, you did some damage with that one.
Look, some people don't even know I was shooting on that camera.
Exactly. I mean, it's a great camera, and it's that I definitely tell people like when they say they're getting serious, I'm like, yeah, look at that Canon M50, because you can do some damage, especially if you're trying to do photography. But when I started looking through your pictures, it was your eye that caught me. Like I said, how you framed it, how you composed it, like what scenes you were choosing to capture, and all this, like, the emotion behind it. And I was just like, oh yeah, this girl has an amazing eye.
Crazy enough, I had no idea what I was doing. I was doing some stuff.
Yeah. You can't teach eye.
Yeah.
Like eyes is that thing that you just have. It's just like, me and you could be at the same place with the same camera, same everything, and we're seeing the same moment. And the way you see it versus the way I see it is gonna be completely different. And me and you have very similar styles in a lot of ways, but it's gonna be clear because your eye is different than mine. Yeah. And so for me though, I was impressed by your eye. I was like, oh, this is amazing. And that's why again I reached out to you to like say, how long have you been doing this and all this kind of stuff.
Too much.
Yeah. And that to me, that was crazy. I was like, oh man. So then, obviously, history speaks for itself as we're sitting here, but that's literally to me, that was like one of the best things that ever happened to me, that you responded to that, and like we're sitting here because of it.
Crazy enough, I wasn't gonna respond.
I know. Listen, imagine. It's actually I have this idea though that I do eventually want to do. Is like it's like a game show. Well, not a game show. It's like a competition show, but with different photographers, and it's like I want to have it to where it's like the episode would be you get one model. So you get one model, and then each photographer can choose, like, we set out all these cameras, and we set out all these lenses, and we set out all these lights. And it's like you can choose one camera, one lens, and one light. And then but we all have to be in the same location, and we got the same model.
Are we shooting at the same time?
Not at the same time. It's like we each have our one-on-one session with this. It's like, but you have 5 minutes to get a shot with that one camera, that one lens, and that one light. And
are we shooting the same model?
Same model, same setting.
Same setting, same outfit.
Same outfit. Okay. So it's like, let's just say it was you get your 5 minutes, cool. I don't get to see you get your 5 minutes. You're having that 5 minutes on your own to set it up. And then I get my 5 minutes. Zay gets his own 5 minutes. Coruscant gets her own 5 minutes. Jeff
that would be hard.
It would. And it's just like literally like seeing like the different, again, it's not even about the better photos.
It's different perspectives.
It's different perspectives because, you love your fisheye. We on the rooftop, you might have a fisheye and this, and it's like, that's a really like dope photo. And then just kind of so I call it like a one-on-one. I could totally.
You plan on doing it?
I do plan on doing it. That might be a summer thing.
Hey, I'm not mad at it.
It's like a little competition. I feel like it'd be really cool. And then we would just kind of come talk about, well, like, oh, in my 5 minutes, I was thinking this. I chose this big key light, but we were in the middle of the sun. Maybe I should have chose something else. But I just play, because I feel like that would be really, really fire idea.
It would be, honestly, and it'd be something fun to do.
Mm-hmm. It would definitely be something fun to do, and just like just feel like, and then I get to see what you did. You get to see what I did. And it's like, oh wow, I wasn't even thinking about. Like because we have the same tools and resources, and it's like I wasn't even thinking about.
But it also would give us like it would show different perspectives, and just give people other ideas to see like, oh, I didn't see it that way, but I kind of like that,
Yeah.
Just to try new stuff out,
100%. So yeah, that's something I think I'll bring to the table this summer. As we continue with all the rest of our stuff, and we got a lot coming up.
Look, I'm there.
I walked you through it, and it's a busy year. If it goes the way it's supposed to go, or the way it will go, it's gonna be
Nah, it will.
it's gonna be a great year. It's absolutely gonna be a great year. Like, I have zero doubt on that.
2026, we going
Hmm.
up.
Hmm. Okay, so let me see. Back to Unspoken. What would have been your favorite shot that you captured in Unspoken?
My favorite shot. I don't know. I feel like I have a couple.
Okay, give me your top three then.
I could do a top two. I think it's just between two. I would say one for sure was the knife scene with the knife scene in the kitchen with the whip pan.
Bro, I tell Varshay, you made the knife a co-star. I said it'd been like Varshay Graham and the knife.
I'm telling you, she was a little too happy with that. That one, and also that scene outside on the curb
Okay.
with her pointing the knife.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say both those two scenes were my favorite to shoot, just because me, I feel like I bring, how do I want to say it? I feel like I bring more of a different perspective compared to your personal style. So it's like I'll be like, Enid, can we do some movement shots? Like,
Yeah. I was definitely more of I'll call it a static shooter. Like, put it on the
yeah,
sticks
you
and just,
always put it on the tripod, and I'm
yeah.
like, can we get some movement going on?
You know, yeah.
Yeah, and I also think the movement brings like especially for like dramatic scenes, I think it like helps bring out the drama in it. So
Yeah, you are correct. Hey, listen, you see, this was I didn't put the camera on the sticks one time. This
yeah.
entire, like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
we never one time. So moving away, I just like, hey, we kept that thing on the gimbal until I was like, let's get somewhat of a handheld at the end, because I wanted that to be like, I wanted decisions to be made. So like for me, anytime I think about handheld, it's like you have to make more decisions than when it's on a tripod.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have to determine again: am I going to whip? Am I going to just who am I going to choose to follow? Or and even not even about who am I going to choose to follow? How am I going to choose to follow them?
And it's like on the spot.
It's on the spot, and so you got to make a decision. And I knew like for this in battle scene, I'll call it, is like that even when I told you that rip pan, it was I think it's episode 8 where you're going from Farshay with the knife to Ty going to the door. Is like I'm taking a step back. I have to go literally because I don't want to be I know you're about to be ripping back and forth,
Right.
so I have to go be in a room with the door closed. And I wanted to be able to say like, hey, trust yourself. I think that's what I told her. I was like, trust yourself, and what feels like the right movement to make, let that be the movement to make. Like, don't. I'm not there with your eyes.
Yeah.
So it's just like I want it, and again I want it because in that scene you have to think that David's coming in. He know what's going on. He's trying to talk to Diamond. Then he got Keisha there. He didn't expect Keisha to be there, but he also know what's actually going on. And he's like, Keisha, you don't know. So again, that's a chaotic scene in itself
Yeah.
for people to walk in. So to me, how do you amplify that chaos of the scene? You have to make a decision, a chaotic decision. You don't know what you're about to make. And so again, I love that scene when she pulled the knife and then you whipped back to me. I was like, I love that shot. I absolutely love that shot. And then David come barging in. I'm just like, oh yeah, this
And
is.
and at that moment, I don't even think that I feel like you didn't really have no direction. You was just like do whatever you feel like you need to do.
Because I mean that's the scene. The scene is
Yeah.
chaotic. It's not like so. Again, I've started to even with working with you and you liking the movement scenes, and then me coming from a place where again I didn't always have a gimbal, so a lot of times it had to be tripod if I wanted a stable shot, or it had to be handheld, and sometimes handheld,
Get a little
it
shaky.
get a little shaky real quick, and so then you start learning that like okay, what does shaky do? Because shaky can be good if it's intentional. Uh,
Depending on the scene.
yeah, because
Yeah.
like even with this one, like I picked up the camera a few times, but like I remember there's this scene in episode 7 where Guy has a pregnancy test and she kind of like throws it underneath, and then you see Kevin find the pregnancy test. And so like I wanted to shoot Kevin finding the person. I wanted it to be handheld. I wanted it to be shaky.
Yeah.
Like because I'm
I
like,
mean, that's a shaky moment right
it's a
there.
shaky
Yeah.
moment. So it gives like, he thinking, oh, ha ha ha, I didn't got away with everything. And then he's like, oh, all right,
It's a stressful
this is a
situation.
stressful situation. So it's like I wanted a level of shake to that. Versus now, incorporating like more movement shots, like, okay, cool, like with you naturally zooming in and zooming out instead of me trying to do it in post production. It's like, okay, how does that look? How does that feel? What is this scene trying to say? So, but that's you and me complementing each other in the natural storytelling styles that we both have. So again,
Yeah.
that's this dynamic duo. Like you said, you like having the gimbal in your hands.
Honestly, as heavy as it is.
I try to make it as light as possible, but
No, you don't.
I do, man.
Adding extra gadgets on there and everything.
But
it's giving heavier each set.
But I got the lightest gimbal I could get for you.
That's fair.
I kept that 24 on. That 24 helped because if you would have put that 50, that 50 is thing's heavy.
Anything other than that 24, I just don't want to deal with it. Honestly,
24 is a clutch.
My arm would be dead.
When we did that last dance video, and
what else?
With Aaron was there, and we had 2 gimbals going, and we're going back. I said,
yeah, and I also didn't even know how to operate with that screen on top.
Yeah, that was when we were trying out the new monitor and everything, so. But it's funny. I love actually. I've gotten to the point I love monitors on my. There was at a point because again it's extra weight, and I was kind of like bouncing on. Do I want this extra weight? Versus
I've seen you recently with the screen on the gimbal.
Yeah,
with a dance video, right?
Mm-hmm. I just did that with me and Amber just shot a dance video last week. I got another one actually. I got coming up next week. I'm just like, these dance videos.
It's another dancer.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually really loving the dance video. But my sister, she was a dancer, so I love I was at all the ballets and hip hop competitions.
I didn't know she was a dancer.
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, yeah. She danced from when she was 5 to 17. So I've literally.
Oh wow.
I've been I'm not gonna say a dance mom. I was a dance brother. All of them, and I remember being the only guy at all of these dance competitions. I was like, dang, can a dad be here anywhere? Anybody else got a brother? In the entire place yeah.
I mean, supportive brother. I like that.
Supportive brother, so. But yeah, I love a good dance video. So, so it's pretty cool. I'm actually excited about doing that. And then I love me and Amber's last dance video. I was like, that one came out so nice.
You gotta show it to me.
You ever seen it? The one I had posted on Instagram?
No, I haven't seen it.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I don't care about so.
You know nice. How Instagram be.
Bro, I'm telling you, they don't want you to be great.
I gotta go to your page to find your stuff.
Crazy enough. But yeah, for me, because again, I think with dancer videos, because typically dancer videos, they like the wide shot because they want to be able to see obviously the full body of the dance. And they usually around they don't like too many takes. And it usually a good one take, let me get it smooth. So
and it's a lot of movement too.
And it's a lot of movement. And so because of that though, I think it allows for again, I can do some crazy stuff with the lights. I can be a little more creative and try some stuff. And then dancers, as long as it is clear and you can see their full body, that's all they care about. So I'm like, oh man, I can try some stuff with the color grade.
Yeah,
I can try some stuff, and they're gonna be in love because it's gonna look like a movie.
You can also try a little extra movement too.
Yeah, it's 100. Yeah, he was like, oh shoot, especially I'm getting to the point hey, listen, I tell a dancer run this dance a few times. Let me see, because I want to know when this beat drop.
Yeah, you gotta know specifically. I have even when I did Tamara's dance videos, I had to watch her a couple times for me to actually see what she was doing to know how I wanted to move throughout the whole dance. Because if you're just going into it just not knowing what's going on, it's your reaction is gonna be kind of late.
Yeah, I think when we did that first dance video, was it from Trinity? I was like, I think that's the difference between now and then. I was like, I just went in. I was like, okay, we just trying some stuff.
Honestly, and that was actually the crazy night too.
Man, listen, we've had some time.
2-3 o'clock in the morning. Freezing cold.
It's always freezing cold. It's just
No AC.
Yeah, no AC.
Or no
No
heat.
heat. Yeah. We're in that studio seeing our breath. It's crazy when you're
Honestly.
indoors. When you're indoors, it's crazy. I was like, hey, can we get the heat? They were like, it do not work.
Oh God.
The heat don't work in the wintertime. And there's a dance studio. I get it, y'all dancing hot, but I feel like that's a recipe for
It was already a little sketch to begin with.
yeah, listen, it turned out to be great. That video actually turned out pretty well, Crazy, she did a Beyonce song and she turned out to be a dancer on Beyonce's tour.
Facts.
She's
been going up ever since.
Yeah, as she should. She's a super talented dancer.
You're gonna have to show me that video again.
God, I gotta make sure I still
And
have
you
that.
gotta do a deep dive.
Yeah. I said I might need to make like a dance for compilation video, like stuff I've shot. That'd be smart. Good marketing, right?
I know you could find it because you don't delete.
Oh, it's right over there. One of them hard drives right over there. It's just, I don't. I have every single shoot I've ever done.
Right.
I mean, shoot, that's gonna be the stuff that you have in the documentary. One of these days.
The documentary is coming.
Yeah, it's 100%. There's no way. I'm a filmmaker. There's no way I'm not gonna have a documentary about myself.
Facts.
No way. There's no way we're not gonna have a documentary about all the stuff we like these years what we built. Like, there's no way.
That's just a lot of footage to go through.
It is. 100%.
That's a stressful process.
It is. Yeah, you might be paying somebody to go through that.
Right.
Find good stuff.
Find some good stuff. That's crazy. I could see you paying somebody for that though.
Yeah, listen, all those. That's like 20 hard drives right there, and those are like 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, 4 terabyte.
I can already imagine.
Like,
I got 3, and I don't even want to do all of that.
Like, I'm pretty sure I have at least 30, 40 terabytes worth of just stuff I've done at this point.
I mean, you 6 years in now?
Yeah, it's the whole thing. Like, I have clients all the time like, hey man, that shoot we did? I'm like, you talking about the one in 2022?
You can pay me.
Oh no,
to go on the scavenger hunt.
Yes, no. At this point, if it's anything, if it's 3 months ago, I'll be like, all right, cool. I can just pop that back on Dropbox.
Dang, 3 months. I thought you was gonna say maybe like a year.
It was not, because at this point, the way it moves, like,
honestly, yeah.
I'm like, I gotta go back. I gotta find this. You know how much stuff I be doing?
This man be running through hard drives.
I do, man. You saw me. I just got my own server to be able to make this happen. That's how many hard drives I run through. I needed a server.
Honestly, I think we all need a server.
We do. It will level up your game. I'm super excited to try that out.
Yeah.
I will let you know if I run into any issues with it and how clients feel about it. If there's 0 issues, I'll be like,
and you know what's crazy? You're always the test dummy.
100%.
For everything.
100%. Listen, I'm the big bro. That's how that goes. I'm like the firstborn, so that
right.
I walk so y'all can run, okay? That's how it goes.
Anything I need, just ask Enid. Hey, should I get this? Oh, nah, bro. This gonna cause you to do this, and that.
That's what I'm trying to say. You don't need, I'm telling you. I'm happy you've gotten to the point you trust me with that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because,
I mean, we've been locked in for a minute, so, over time, the level of comfortability has grown.
It has.
So it's just like, at first I wasn't comfortable with calling you all the time, just asking you random questions or just asking you for, like little stuff, like maybe like a piece of equipment or something like that. But now I was just like, you don't care.
It's just sitting back collecting dust.
Right.
I just say, just take care of it. If the lens, bring the lens cap back.
Right.
But I don't ever mind. Like, for people, again, Fire Nation,
strictly Fire Nation.
That has to be earned. I've been saying that a lot. Like,
you got to put your time in.
Trust has to be built, okay? Because at the end of the day, because I trust Kaitlin, I still got trust issues, okay? There's still she broke through those trust issues. She showed up time and time again and was great.
Understandable.
Yeah, year after year.
Well, it's like 4 years now, right?
It's what, 2022?
That's how long I've been shooting, yeah.
Yeah, 2022, yep. That's crazy. Crazy. You were like my new friend that would, like, for such long. I'm like,
I'm not your new friend no more.
You're not not anymore. I'm like, man, that's crazy. Crazy how time flies.
Time be flying.
Time flies. Well, I guess we're looking at that. I don't know. What are you excited for the future with us?
For the future, I just, like we was talking about earlier, I look forward to us just making a lot of money and, you know, just actually going on trips together because I would love to go on a trip with all of my friends out the country. That's what I want.
That'd be great because we just did a wedding together. We went just to another state and we had a blast.
No, yes, that I honestly had the time of my life. Besides shooting the wedding.
Not the work, you know.
Besides shooting the wedding and how chaotic it was. Besides that, I really did have a good time. And I was a little questionable about it, but it turned out being really, really fun.
Yeah, see, so imagine out the country.
I'm telling you, on a boat.
You know, boat. Yeah, boat always has to be included at this point.
Telling you.
You know,
who gonna complain about money? We all get money.
listen, I'm telling you, that's the, you know, what did the guy say? He said, "Money don't buy happiness, but it buys something so close to it that you might not be able to tell the difference."
I'm trying to tell you.
You know. Somebody also said they were like, you know, anyone who says money doesn't fix things has never been without money. Fix a lot of problems, you know.
Yeah, it fixed the bottom tier problems.
Yeah. Like, you know, anything else that money doesn't fix is just an internal trauma that you need to go to therapy
it's
about.
personal problems that you need to fix.
Yeah, that's on you.
You need to do some healing.
Yeah, you need to be healed. But, you know, but again, money would be able to get you to the therapist,
right?
Who can probably be able to heal you.
But make sure you getting the right therapist that ain't telling you what you want to hear.
That's what I'm saying, man. Because
some people be paying for therapists and they still the same.
Yeah. That's crazy.
You going to your therapist to lie?
But so many people do. I'm like, why would you?
You wasting money.
You like this is the one person who's paid not to judge you, and they can't tell nobody about whatever y'all discuss.
And you over here lying.
Like, nah.
This person's supposed to help you. Come on now, you wasting money at this point.
You're lying. It's so true. Oh man. All right. Well, let me see to wrap up the Unspoken series. I don't know. So, what do you think the audience is gonna feel when they go through this journey?
They're gonna feel some spiciness because being upset with your man and then finding out he messing around and got your best friend pregnant. Come on now. That's the wildest thing in the world.
Yeah.
That knife probably would have been put to use.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm like, I looked
that
at
knife probably would have been put to use because
I wouldn't have been just so right beside her at that point.
I'm telling you, walking off is crazy. We gotta fight.
We gotta fight.
I don't care if you're pregnant.
Let
me stop lying.
You getting cut, both of y'all.
That's kind of wild though. If she is pregnant though, it's like,
yeah,
I ain't trying to hurt the baby.
I mean,
but just forget both of y'all. I'm not talking to none of y'all no more.
Yeah. I've been asking this. Do you think who do you think is who's worse in this situation, Diamond or Kevin?
Diamond.
Why?
Because you sitting here listening to your best friend vent to you about her man and you sleeping with her man.
To me, that's like the spiciest episode. Episode 4.
That's crazy. And the fact that, like, you know, she's so stuck on venting that she don't even notice the faces she making over here on the side. That girl ain't said not one word. She ain't said not one word. She ain't had nothing to say because she guilty.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, you think that's your friend. You don't think that she would ever do nothing like that to you. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. Just can't be blind, though.
Yeah.
That's wild, though. Diamond for sure.
Okay. I said Diamond for sure, but actually, when I was talking with Varshay about, she was like Kevin.
Really?
She said Kevin, and she was like, it's apple and orange, like not apple and orange. It's like they both terrible. So it's just like
They
being,
really are. I
yeah,
mean, because I wish I didn't have to pick, but because it's both
both of them.
terrible.
But she brought up a really interesting perspective that actually kind of changed my mind because she was like, "This is your boyfriend. This is your man, and what's the job typically that we assign to the man? Being a protector, and the protector is not just protecting it physically; it's protecting your heart, it's protecting all this stuff. So the fact that you not only didn't protect my heart, but you also stabbed me in the heart by it being my best friend. Like I don't expect my best friend to necessarily protect. I mean, you to a level, but not like your man.
Yeah.
Like so, she was like, he's supposed to be like, this is my guy. We've been together for a while. Like you supposed to protect me more. So it's like, then going out and being with my best friend, and I was like, that. She was like, that betrayal is a little deeper than my best friend, and I was like,
I think that's valid only based on the timeline
of how
of the
long they
relationship.
yeah. So I mean, for in my mind, I think each of these again, it's up for debate. But they've been together definitely each couple over a year, maybe 2 years or so. So
Over a year, I still say Diamond. Because I just feel like men tend to switch up at any moment. So you could be with them for a year or 2 years. At some point, it depending on, how they present themselves or, I was just telling Jay about this. Men put on this facade for however long or whatever, and then you start to see their true personality and who they are as a person. So even after like 2 years or a year, it's like,
you don't
you,
necessarily know who they actually are.
yeah, you could switch up at any moment. Whereas my best friend, we've been locked in for probably a long time. If I'm calling you my best friend, yeah, that's definitely worse to me. I mean, because men just gonna be men regardless. At some point, they're gonna break your heart. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. But my friend, that's like a deep betrayal. Like,
Best fucking friend.
oh God, and you felt it.
Man,
What she said.
I did when she said that, man. Every single time, man, I was like,
Crazy. That's a different level of betrayal.
it is.
Because especially like in a situation like with me and you, like we've taken the time to, build this trust with each other.
Yeah,
And it's like, all right, now you just finna just be,
just that for real.
yeah,
For real, that's how that.
this what we doing.
This what we doing.
All this time we didn't
All
put
this
in.
time, knife.
Knife in your face.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, but it was good, man. Unspoken, man.
It's great.
Yeah. Originally it was called Spoken. And I was
Really?
yeah. That's
So what made you
because
rename it?
Because first of all, Diamond's not speaking about her truth.
Mm.
What's it called? Keisha thinks she hears the truth, but she don't really hear the truth. She don't. She just kind of feels it. Like David and Kevin, they have the no one's actually has the truth. So everyone in there, no one has the truth because no one's speaking on what the truth is. Like Kevin, why would you cheat on your girlfriend with her best friend? What did you not tell? Like what that to me makes zero.
There's no explanation.
Yeah, there's no. So you just it's something unspoken about you. Like David, like what about you is making you like again? There's a level of like weakness that he has like to this character. Like what's happening that makes you like crumble to this girl that you go from I'm not gonna be with you to like now I need to know. Like it's an unspoken thing about that. Diamond, like what like what's going through you? Cause ain't no way, my girl, that you like, and then you just ain't telling nobody. You just out here crying in the bathroom. You didn't tell Kevin that you were pregnant. You did. You just got a bag in there. You ain't tell David. You acting like you just innocent,
Yeah.
crying crocodile tears. So,
But that makes sense though, because he was like, I forgot what was his character's name. Kevin.
Kevin, yeah,
He was like, you already know.
yeah. But see this, and then
There's just no explanation. Like,
and it was like I was talking to Varshay about this, and it was like when I looked at like she was like, Keisha is somewhat oblivious. And I was like, you can say oblivious, but I say you also have to think it's not necessarily oblivious because she sees that she feels and kind of knows that Kevin is doing this.
yeah,
But you have to think that like if she's truly Diamond's best friend, also in the story, Diamond's talking about how like David keeps calling her and he's ranting. So she's so used to ranting and hearing Diamond talk about her problems. So she's showing up for Diamond as her best friends. And then when it's her turn to rant, she's talking about Kevin and her issues. So she's not ever going to be able to see that Diamond and Kevin have this thing because I'm gonna show up as your best friend. Even when David comes to the door, she grabbing a knife like, bruh, like what this is like. So to me, when I'm telling like David's like, you don't understand what's going on. He's trying to tell you, you really don't understand. You out here, you really playing boo boo the fool.
I think the moment that she should have realized was when she walked through that when Diamond walked through that hallway with that two piece on. Ain't no way you in the house with my man with a two piece on like that.
But then what does Diamond immediately say when she sees her?
Can you believe what this voicemail this man just left me?
Yeah. So you have to think that Keisha in her moments has had where she's in a blanket, probably done cry. She said, I cried to you, girl. I did all this stuff. So she done been erratic. So when you see Diamond like that, you understand that erratic behavior. And you're thinking like, dang, that girl probably just got out of bed, hopped in the car and came. And because it's my best friend, it is what it is. There's a level of she probably don't think that Diamond would do something like this to me.
I would think that is a little oblivious though.
And it's a slight amount, but again, she going through her own thing. So to be, and then knowing Diamond's going through her own thing, I can see to a certain extent,
Yeah, I could see
it,
there is like a slight bit of like, her being oblivious, but there's also in that moment when she looked at her, she was looking at her like
yeah, exactly. So that's what
it's
but
like
Diamond had that excuse ready to go.
yeah.
That's why even like, Kevin's like, okay, because
Hmm.
he's scared that he don't know what about to happen. I'm just gonna try to get as far away from this girl and sit on this couch looking chill.
Look, if I would have caught that, I would have smacked Kevin in his face so hard. What you smiling for? That would have told me everything I need to know.
She's walking off, so he does it behind her back, which is even worse. Like that's the whole point. You're doing this stuff like really behind your back. Then you go look at yourself in the mirror, and you can actually look yourself in the mirror. So to me, Kevin's the worst person. And well, I don't know, Diamond still might be the worst, but I use that as like you can look yourself in the mirror and be happy that you're getting away with this. It's like there's no shame,
Right.
no
The
guilt
smile
about
on
it.
your face is
Crazy,
crazy.
yeah. And then you see that she's pregnant, and I'm like, yeah, well, that's what happens if you have unprotected sex with a person. There's always that chance.
You know?
So it was very like while when I wrote this story, I didn't write it to be like something that I was this passionate about, but as like the project went along and seeing all the actors and actresses get into their character and just seeing you and Sydney on set and seeing Corsana like really take on like being like the sound person, it was like that made me get even more and more passionate about this. And then I got to the editing. I started looking at it. I started applying the color grade, and I was like, "Oh, this looks
I'm not
amazing."
gonna lie to you. I heard the excitement through text message.
Yeah, I was like, "Kaitlin, I can't wait for you to see this."
And what was my response?
He's like, "I've been waiting for you to finish it or something like this, right?"
I was like, that's so crazy that you said that to me because I can't. I was just telling my sister I can't wait to watch
I said, "Yeah."
it.
hmm
Yeah,
So
it was great, man. Great work. We did a great job.
we always, like I said, it's just I love seeing the growth. I love seeing the elevation. But it's just ever since that me and you have really started working together on this level. It's just I've just seen every single. I think like the thoughts that I used to have, I just no longer have them. At least I don't have them as much. It's like I used to think like, dang, could I actually do this? And it's like, well, I got the people around me that's gonna make sure that it gets done.
It makes it a little less stressful for you.
Yeah, so it's just like that's like one of my secret weapons is that I got people around me who literally believe in my vision and they show up and they're just like, what it do? All right, we about to make it happen. You know,
That's all a part of being a team.
it's all about being a team. You know, all about being a team. So, KK, as always, I really do appreciate you. I appreciate, the level of trust you put in me. I appreciate, I appreciate you for being you and just showing up and on these sets and just doing your thing. Like I said, you did your big one on this one. I literally have no notes for this one. I had no notes. It was
I appreciate you,
it
Enoch, as
yeah.
always.
So, and I always gonna if I have a note, I'm gonna let you know. But I had no notes. Like I didn't struggle with any of the shots or anything. And especially for that last end scene, like again, I had a monitor to be able to see everything. For that last end scene, I didn't have a monitor. So all I could see was my actors. Like
Yeah.
see what they're doing.
Yeah, I am not even gonna lie to you. I was like stressed out. I
Yeah.
was like,
Hey,
I
you
don't know
remember
about this one.
I took that 2 minutes to make sure. I was like, dang, can we get this monitor hooked up real quick? But it's cold and everyone. I was like, you know what?
Oh man.
Yeah. I was like, it's cold. I was like, hey, listen, trust Kaitlin. This is what we do. So it's like, let me pull back. She gonna get the shot, and then if she don't get it, she gonna let me know.
Yeah.
So like having that trust, we made it work. So I appreciate you big time. Appreciate you. All right, guys, you just heard, the dynamic duo. We just chopped it up about Unspoken, So before we get out of here, we gotta do. We gotta like, we gotta subscribe, we gotta share, we gotta comment. We're talking about Unspoken in the series. I hope that you're loving it, And as I always say on Over the Shoulder, that's a wrap.